In today's video, I want to share with you the gender of my 10th baby, as well as some helpful pregnancy products. And lastly, I want to talk to you about seeking confidence in having a larger family if that is where the Lord is leading you. Hello, my friends. Thanks for returning to my show. If you're new here, I'm April, and I am a wife of 18 years and a blessed mama of 10 children, which actually brings me to the first bit of news I want to tell you. Many of you know we have 6 daughters and 3 sons, and my youngest son is 8 years old because we have not had a boy in a long time. And the last 4 pregnancies have been girls. But this time, we are having a boy. So we are very excited about that. My sons are very excited to get a little brother. And honestly, my girls are really excited to get a little brother as well. We are just looking forward to meeting him and just kind of changing things up a bit with a boy. So we're really excited about that. Well, besides that, I thought I would just share with you a little bit about how this pregnancy has been going. I have actually been really tired in the first half of my pregnancy, especially because my iron stores are really low. So I actually, kind of the first half of this pregnancy, I didn't put out very many videos because I really was just very exhausted and I needed to choose to use my energy on my husband and my kids. And I've always said ever since I started this channel that my family would be first, and that was something that I had to prioritize in the first few months of this pregnancy. But I am doing a lot better now. I actually wanted to share with you the iron supplement that I've been taking, which is this 3 Arrows Iron Repair Plus. This has really helped me to put out more videos, quite honestly. I have been very thankful for a good iron supplement like this one. I have tried a lot of these. I'm typically anemic during pregnancy. That's something that my body struggles with. So I thought I would share this supplement with you in case you struggle with anemia, but this video is not sponsored. As far as, how the pregnancy has gone so far, I mean, really, it's going really well. And one thing that it has been such a blessing for me is I have had the same midwife now for, I guess this is my eighth pregnancy with her. That has just been so wonderful to have a care provider that knows me and knows my health background really well, knows how I labor. Another thing I wanted to share with you is my personal favorite Prenatal. I have actually struggled over the years with prenatal vitamins a lot, just causing a lot of nausea for me. And so this one is the one I have really stuck with for years. And it's very high quality, it's organic, and this really helps me with my energy level too. Another thing I wanted to share with you is this aloe vera spray. This actually helps if your belly is really itchy and you don't want to be scratching up your belly, because that is not going to be good for your skin. So this really helps me it helps soothe that itch a lot. And this is a really high quality aloe vera. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty other kinds you could get, I like that it's a spray and I can just spray it on my belly at night. I also do like to put some of this whipped tallow on my skin in general, but especially my growing belly. There's a lot of really good whipped tallow balms out there, but I'll link this one. I like it. Now, another thing that I have really enjoyed that has really made me feel a lot better this pregnancy is this, basically just a support band, but this one has like straps on it. You saw me wearing it in my recent Get It All Done video, and I do really like how it has these straps and you can adjust them very easily when you sit down or stand up. And I just wear it over my clothes so that it doesn't get yucky or sweaty, and I can just wear it every day. But that will really help support your growing belly and keep that belly from weighing down your pelvic floor. Another thing that really helps me to just get some extra nutrition in, some extra protein, is protein powder. Now, I'll link the one that I have below. I know there are a lot of good quality protein powders out there. This one has really worked well for our family for a long time now. And this helps me a lot with nausea. So just to have a protein smoothie helps a lot. And then I like to throw in some collagen as well into my smoothies. I did want to show you this pillow. I've been really enjoying it. It has a nice wedge for my growing belly. Helps me get a lot better sleep. I have had some of those huge pillows in the past, you know, those big full body pillows. They don't actually provide a lot of support for the belly. So I really like this one, and it's a lot cheaper. So, oh, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is chiropractic care during pregnancy. That has helped me so much over the years. I actually used to limp around quite a bit with my first pregnancies, and I didn't really know that chiropractic care could help me a whole lot. And I've had the same chiropractor now for, I guess, 5 babies. That has really helped me with like sciatic nerve problems and baby position and all that. So you know, a lot of women have talked to me about how they feel sort of a lack of courage when it comes to having a lot of children. There's a lot of things that can be concerning, but one of those things is just the physical health of the mother, and you know, what sort of wear and tear the body experiences from having a lot of children. And in my experience, my first pregnancy and birth was definitely what brought about the most physical changes for me. Now, my first birth was a forceps delivery. That can definitely cause more physical stress, and I'm sure that a C-section can cause more physical concern, even though I've never had one. I do think that if you can limit the amount of medical intervention in your first birth, that will help you a lot, especially if you desire a larger family. You know, really the place to seek confidence in having more children, and I mean even 3 or 4, is to look to the Lord and look to the scriptures. And also, we all know that God has said the fruit of the womb is a reward, and that blessed is the man whose quiver is full of arrows, children. We know that the women of the Bible desired children and they cherished their fertility years, even though giving birth was of higher physical concern. I think back then the death rate of giving birth was much higher, but the women still yearned for as many children as God would give them. I know that the place that I get the most confidence for having a lot of children is the Bible, and also just knowing the way that God made me. Like he made my body able to have children for at least a couple decades. And for me, it seems a little strange to choose to use such a small amount of that time. You know, a lot of people have kind of asked me, like, do you experience negativity from people for having all these children? And yes, I absolutely do. You know, I know there are people who don't admire this life, and I know that 10 kids is not God's will for everyone. If people look negatively toward me about it, I honestly don't really care. And I'm not saying that to be mean, and I obviously do care some, like, because obviously if I know that these specific people don't agree with it, or they feel that it's irresponsible, then I'm not going to really share a lot of the joys that I have about having all these kids with them. It's not a continuous problem for me. I think it's kind of easier to get over it at this point, once you've really gone way down the road of having kids. But, you know, the confidence that I get from having children is from the Lord and from my husband, and that's okay if other people don't like it or they don't get it. Or, you know, one thing that has been really nice about this pregnancy, and honestly a lot of my later pregnancies, you know, really the pregnancies in my 30s have been a lot easier in a lot of ways, because I have learned kind of what works for my body and what helps my nausea to subside, and how I can get sleep. And so you just, you know, especially like having the second half of your kids is often a lot easier, just because you have that experience. And I remember thinking when I had my first couple of kids, you know, I had a hard time, and I was having a hard time, but I also thought, you know, I've learned a lot, and it's kind of sad that my time for birthing children and having little ones could be over soon, once I have actually learned a lot more. And that was one thing that kind of got me thinking early on, that maybe, you know, maybe I could have more, and maybe it would be easier than I thought down the road, because I would have some experience under my belt. It often takes in a lot of the higher degrees, it takes, 7 to 10 years to become like a doctor. And honestly, I think it takes 7 to 10 years to really get this mom thing down. I don't know, that was me. So I'm not saying that's how it is for everybody. But, and of course, like, I am still learning so much. I have frustrating days. I have overwhelming days. It's sad when, you feel like you don't know what to do, especially as your children get older and they need guidance and wisdom. So I'm not saying that the learning doesn't continue. It is constant, but I do feel like it took maybe 7 years to really get comfortable with motherhood and homemaking and having that confidence. If you are feeling a lack of confidence, but you have that desire to have more children, trust the Lord. Talk to Him about it. Ask Him for that confidence. Ask God to make you attractive for your husband, even though even though you're having a lot of children. I have prayed that prayer. I have prayed, Lord, I have the desire for more children, and I believe that is something that you want for me. And Lord, please preserve my body. Make me attractive for my husband, even though I'm going to have all these babies and get older. Because I don't really care if other people find me attractive. I do, that's always nice if someone says that, but really I want that for my husband, and I know that God has given me that prayer, and He can do that for you too. He can preserve your body. He can make you attractive for your husband even after 10 kids. Thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am still working on my other birth stories. Hopefully I can get those out before number 10 comes. Thanks for being here, and I will see you all very soon.